Let me know y'all thoughts on today's new episode down below. What did y'all think? Did y'all like the episode? It's finna get real emotional, y'all. It's finna get real emotional. That's the first thing I wanted to say. Hold on, let me pause it. I said pause. I meant mute. But yeah, I said it's finna these next few episodes or next week, cause I don't know how long they're gonna drag it out. I don't know if they're gonna have her funeral immediately or what. But I was like, these get ready for it, y'all. Prepare. It's gonna be real emotional. I wonder if they're gonna end up showing like flashbacks and stuff and bringing back characters from the past and everything. But yeah, I said that's the first thing I want to talk about. The second thing is Willow. Willow sat there and told Michael how Drew told her that he's the one who shot him, and when the police find out, he's gonna go to jail and she gonna get the keys. Then she came back and she snuck in through the back door. Why did she sneak? Well, obviously she snuck in because she ain't supposed to be there. But at the same time, what was she doing there? What was she doing there? Because as soon as I saw her, I said, why is she sneaking and creeping? I said, she trying to set Michael up. It was her. I said, it was her. I said, it was her. She did it. She the one who did it, y'all. She did it. And she trying to blame Michael. But I don't know, y'all. They still ain't told us. Told y'all it's going to go on for a long time, look like. Looks like it's definitely going to go on for a long time. But yeah, do y'all think that Willow's the one who did it? Because she don't sit up here and snuck through the doggone back door and chase over here. I said, he going to ruin his career. I can see it now. I can see him definitely telling her what he knows, especially since she asked him if he had heard anything else about the judge case or whatever. And I was like, see, I was like, they gotta watch her. They need to up security. She in and out like it ain't nothing. She shouldn't be in there. There should be guards at the back door and cameras at least cameras. You should have guards at the doggone back door. Cause I was like, she be sneaking in and out. I said, remember the last time she snuck in, she stole a baby. What you sneaking in this time to do? Or did Chase find you before you got to do anything? I really want them to set a trap for her. Then I was also thinking, y'all, about the whole Kai situation. He finally realized that he left the bat. Too little, too late, because they got it. But he finally realized that. So when they tell Drew that he had the bat and his fingerprints was on it, is he going to tell Kai to say he saw Michael? Is he gonna do that? I was thinking about that watching the episode when they realized that they had stole the bat or whatever, and I was like, is he gonna go to him, or is he gonna say that he gonna turn him over or tell on Trina and him or about the Portia evidence? Like what? Because Drew always looking for another plan. He always coming up with another plan, and apparently this gonna continue for a while, y'all. But okay, so I'm gonna start from the beginning. Cody's hiding Outback, but it kind of seemed like he been had Outback. But I was like, where did he find him? Because remember, Outback wasn't he at the restaurant or something? Wasn't he at the restaurant with Emma and Gio? If I'm not Emma and Gio, with Charlie and Rocco. But yeah, he was saying how he don't want anybody to know that Outback is there or whatever, so he told Outback to hide because Dante came. Dante is mad at Jason because Jason brought Britt back. Cody was like, it has to be a reason why, he brought Britt back and everything. I still feel like they're going to tie in Outback some type of way, but I might be wrong because Cody apparently been hiding him. It looked like Gio's supposed to go to Sunny on tomorrow's episode asking for $10,000, for a reward money or whatever. But yeah, I said this one to get ready to be an emotional episode. Two things I was hoping happened. I was hoping they at least told us. Well, first of all, I wanted to see if they was going to mention Monica on today's episode. I wanted to see if they told us who actually was the one to shoot Drew. Because if he got shot in his back, you couldn't have seen nobody unless you had a mirror right there. Or you seen him going down. So nobody's bringing that up. Then the weapon's gone. That's why I was like, Willow snuck in to put that weapon somewhere so Michael. But that didn't make sense to hide it there. But what was the other thing? I forgot. What was it? I know I said about Monica Willow. It was something else. Oh, that Jason told Carly or Britt told Carly. Because they were saying how they think that Britt going to be the one to tell. She might still be the one to tell. Because her and Carly still got beef. They still into it. But yeah, to finish with Cody and Dante, he was just expressing how he feels about Britt. He was like, he never gonna forgive her. She gonna do something to show that she not the same person. But at the same time, she definitely been acting like the same person. And her attitude towards Jason, I said, okay, it's enough of that now. But yeah, Carly want Jason to protect Michael because Drew gonna blame him. And she was like, she's starting to think that he's did it too. Because he don't got no alibi. Tracy over here, Tracy know that she seen the car or whatever. And I was like, see, it do make it seem like he did it, but I don't think it's going to be him. Then with Willow sneaking and creeping around, you don't know what she doing. She always got a plan, apparently. I said she done completely lost it. But yeah, hold on. What else? Let's see. Like I said, Carly wanted Jason to protect Michael because Drew gonna blame him, and she was saying how she not sure if he did it or not, but she think that he did. Oh, some type of way they end up talking about the kids, and she felt some type of way because he didn't tell about him leaving, and he already hadn't told her. What was the other thing that he didn't tell about? It was two things, wasn't it? I know it was about going out of town, and it was something else. Oh, about Willow, about Sasha and Michael. And she was like, is there anything else, about my kids that I should know? And I said, Jason. I said, they finna be into it. But we all know they don't stay mad at each other long. They definitely don't. I said, dog, now all Brittany got to do is tell the truth. I mean, it's too little too late, in my opinion. But at the same time, either Britt gonna tell it or maybe Brittany gonna be honest. I don't know. But yeah, I was like, dog, Jason. I was like, duh. I was really hoping that she found out. But now with the whole Monica situation, I don't know if anybody's gonna tell her anytime soon. We'll see. But yeah, what else with Carly and Jason? We'll just come back to it. Carly ends up, well, it's right there. Carly ends up telling Jason no more secrets. Kai think that he a suspect, doesn't think that they should meet up anymore. He was just saying how he wouldn't be able to explain her being there or whatever because they broke up. And she was like, or, we could just be working things out. And he was like, is that true? And she was like, yeah, sort of, or whatever. And he still was talking about not meeting up no more because he didn't want to implicate her. So they was like, it's something they missing. They was like, they heard Twinkle Twinkle Little Star or something like that, and there was Scout ringtone. I said, there's a little, and like, I know you like what you like, but I was like, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star is usually for babies, ain't it? But yeah, they was like, more than likely that's Drew's ringtone, that's Scout's ringtone on Drew's phone and everything. I said, I ain't hear that. Did y'all hear that? I don't know. So then they was trying to think and remember and retrace their steps or whatever, so they finally got it. I said, how many days? Like, it's been a week, ain't it? It's been over a week. Maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. They finally remember the doggone softball bat. But yeah, they was like, the softball bat, it has my prints on it. But they should have been able to find Trina prints too, because she had that blanket. I don't know if blankets carry fingerprints or not, but probably not. But at the same time, didn't she touch Drew too? I don't know, y'all. But yeah, I was like, yeah, you busted. He gonna use it against you. He gonna try to get you to get Michael. But Jason and Carly was talking about how Michael can't go back to jail, and I was like, I forgot about that, cause somebody had commented and mentioned how the last time he went to jail, he got attacked and everything. And I said, I forgot about that. I was like, dog, they need to just try. Drew need to pay for what he did. Willow need to pay for what she did. But yeah, while Carly and Jason was talking, Britt came down because she ended up locking herself out. She was staying in the room above Bobby's and everything because Jason let her stay there. Or whatever. So then she came down. She had a towel on. She was like, you didn't tell me that the door locked automatically, so she wanted the key. Carly felt some type of way about her being there, saying that Jason could have told her. He was like, you're not using the room. You said I could do whatever with it. So then that's when, what happened? She distracted me. Hold on, y'all. That's when they started doing the going back and forth, Britt and Carly or whatever. And she was like, Carly ends up letting her know, this is my, establishment, and that's my room up there or whatever. And she also told her at the end of their scene that she gonna have to pay rent. But yeah, they started going back. They was just going back and forth and everything. Jason ends up getting a call from Tracy, and she said, come there. So I thought that she was gonna be the one to find Monica, and she was telling him. But no, she just told Jason that she saw Michael pull off from the crime scene or whatever. So she don't know, and he was like, he already on it. I said, see, now if you had your tail in town, you would have been his alibi. Or Sonny, somebody could have been his alibi. They went about this all wrong. They definitely went about this all wrong. I was like, yeah, y'all could have been each other's alibi or whatever. But yeah, I was like, I wonder what Jason's going to end up to do. Because he said he's already on it, so I don't know how he's going to end up helping, considering they know that he was out of town. And I'm the one who sent him out of town. So I was like, how exactly is, he going to help? But we'll see. We'll definitely see. What else? Let's see. Josh said that Jason promised. They were talking about whether or not he was going to tell. Then they started talking about whether or not Britt was going to tell. And basically they agreed that Britt do whatever she wanted to do and nobody could stop it. So I was hoping when they said that and they went back to the scene with Carly and Britt that she was going to tell it. She ain't told nothing yet. She did when she was talking to Carla, saying that she saved Josh's life, whatever. Carla assumed that she was talking about the time where, you know, she got stabbed and everything. I was like, nope. I said, nope. And then Jason looked, so I'm assuming she picked up on it, that he hadn't told anything. But yeah, what else? Let's see. Willow stopped by. Willow stopped by with Scout. She claimed that she wanted to, she said something about Monica has this tradition with the kids where she hugged them before their first day of school or whatever. So then that's when, hold on, y'all. She said when they opened the door and she was right there, I said she using Scout. I said she over here using Scout. So she was saying how Monica and them had this tradition where she hugged the kids before they go. I said, dog, man, this gonna be emotional doggone next few weeks. Well, I don't know how long it's gonna go on. But yeah, so that's when they told her, she tried to go upstairs. She was gonna go upstairs with the kids or whatever, because Wiley asked her, and they was like, no, Brooklyn offered to take them. So they went in there, and Tracy was doing all the talking at first. She was saying how Willow used Monica's tradition to see Wiley, and she was like, no, I didn't do this or whatever. Then she started talking about some, basically when the new judge come, Michael ain't gonna be able to get away with this. And he was telling her how she unfit, and she felt some type of way. So she brings up Drew, how Drew said that he's the one who shot him or whatever, and he gonna go to jail, and she gonna be the only one that had the kids and everything. And I was like, for you to know that Drew admitted that he don't know Michael, if Michael did it or not, that's like you really have lost it. Because why would you want him to go back to jail or go to jail or whatever, knowing that he's innocent? Well, you don't know if he's innocent. We don't even know if he's innocent. We don't know who did it. I just know Willow acting suspicious. She's sneaking in back doors and stuff. Last time she snuck around, she stole a baby. So I was like, yeah. I was like, did y'all notice that? But yeah, what else? Let's see. Britt asked Jason how come he didn't tell her she needed a key. Carla told Britt that she owns the room and the place. Kai doesn't want Trina to get in trouble. We talked about that. Willow tells Michael Drew things. We talked about that. Chase ends up telling Brooklyn he has information that would keep Willow away from Drew for good. And she was like, it's not worth you ruining your career for her, because what if she still stays with him? I said, exactly. Nobody has been able to get through to her. And to me, I feel like he gonna tell. I don't know if they trying to put these folk back together or what, but I was like, the only place she need to be going, the only thing she need to be focused on is getting better, because she's out of there. She's definitely out of there. And it's not because she want to see her kids, because I seen somebody say that. They were saying they sick of us because we keep seeing how Willow lost it and all this. I mean, she taking babies. I don't understand, that's not normal to go taking babies. That's not normal to go taking babies. We may not be able to say that she shot Drew because we don't know. They delaying it for a reason. But we can't say she stole a baby. That's what the world. We can't say that. What else happened? Matter of fact, like mother, like daughter. Didn't Nina take Ava, baby? We was talking about that yesterday. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. I said, like mother, like daughter. Well, yeah, what else? Let's see. Let's see. Let me hurry up, because she gonna come back. Let me see. Dante mad Jason brought Britt back. I forgot that Cody and Britt had been talking and stuff, or getting to know each other, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think I had stopped watching General Hospital back then. I definitely did. I want to say I did. I don't know. I think the last thing I remember about them, didn't he fall or something? Didn't he fall? I don't know if he fell out the sky. I don't know where he fell from. Didn't he fall or something like that? I don't think I was really watching it back then. Because I remember some of them talking about it, but I don't remember it actually happening. But yeah, let me see. Let's see. After everybody left, Tracy ends up calling Jason and saying how, he came by, and she ended up saying how she saw Michael fleeing the scene. He was like, he on it. And she wanted Jason to go tell Monica what's going on, so he went up there. And that's when he came back downstairs, and she was like, how did she take it? And he was like, he never got the chance to tell her because she was already gone. And she was like, what? And I said, Tracy finna have a fit. Tracy, as much as they didn't like each other at first, or they didn't get along at first, I was like, she been going hard for Monica. She definitely has. I was like, she finna take it hard. She telling him, tell her it's not true or whatever. Are you sure? Or whatever she said. Let's see. They showed Willow, and she was looking around. She came through the back door, and I was like, no, what's she doing back? I said, either she over here trying to plant evidence, if she's the one who shot Drew, she was trying to, because the kids was at school, because at first, unless she was trying to see Amelia, but Amelia might be at school too, right? I don't know, y'all, how old Amelia is. But yeah, I was like, some type of reason why she sneaking in. And I said, after the stealing the baby and everything else, that you'd think somebody got some doggone cameras. I hope that they do, and I hope they get her on camera. That'd be perfect. If she actually was the one who shot Drew, and she was trying to frame Michael and bring in the weapon or whatever and stuff like that, and she didn't know that they updated security and got cameras everywhere. So they see her bringing in the doggone weapon and placing it. I said, that would have been perfect. That would have been perfect. Hold on. It definitely would have been perfect. What else happened? Let's see. I already said Chase ended up seeing her, asking what she doing, coming in or sneaking in. She told me something because I got into it with them and stuff. But then she said Scout left something. Yeah, because she didn't have Wiley. She said Scout left something, didn't she? But I was like, you full of freaking crap. I said, you full of crap. I said, you know you full of crap. She was sneaking in for another reason. I don't know what she was about to do. We already said Kyle realized that he left the baseball bat. Vaughn said their feelings had to stay, you know, right there where they at and everything, right there in their room. So they was just saying goodbye. They were saying goodbye with their bodies. Hold on. Yeah. And the last thing was that Jason came in and said that tells Tracy that Monica was already gone. But that's it. That's all that happened. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces. Have a great rest of the day and be safe.